Greetings and welcome back to SmartWatchTix.com. Kospet is back in 2025 now with an upgrade to their T3 ULTRA, the 2. This is version 2. We're going to show you the differences between the two and go into deep detail on this brand new watch, which is all stainless steel. Check this puppy out. Here's the module itself, wrapped gently in its little blanket there. We'll take a look at this. We've got a lot to go into on it. Inside the box, well, let's, before we get into the box, tell you a little bit more about it. You can pick up the Kospet T3 ULTRA 2, commonly called the T3 U2, right? Directly from Kospet. It's about $160. Coupons available. Check the show notes for a discount price on that. And inside of this puppy, it's got full stainless steel construction, a new feature called GPS backtracking. We'll go into detail on that as well, and some updated customizable watch faces. That's what sets this IP69K 5ATM 60-day battery life AMOLED Bluetooth calling smartwatch apart from the T3 ULTRA original. Highlights on this one: dual band, 6 satellite positioning system, 15 U.S. military standard 810-8 certifications, and it passed 28 reliable internal tests. Going to show you a little on that. The stainless steel body, Corning glass, biometric pressure, altitude measurements, a built-in compass, 170 plus sport modes, and smart recognition with this backtracking capability, 5 ATM, again, dive-proof, IP69K, water-resistant. Now, again, looking at the two side by side, the T3 ULTRA and the ULTRA 2, the bezel has been upgraded from stainless steel to 316L stainless steel. You've got the case, which used to be zinc alloy. Now it is also 306 steel. Here it is in the actual silver color, but you see they also have it that way in black. And the function buttons themselves, stainless steel, used to be aluminum alloy. So that's impressive. And then, last thing I want to leave you before the specs, I was trying to pick out which one of these can I show you guys. Can I do 200,000 touches of the touch screen? How about 20,000 times plugging and unplugging the charging port? I don't think so. I'm not really going to do environmental testing on this one. You guys know it is solid. You can drop it, you can burn it, you can freeze it, you can kick it, you can do whatever you like with it. It's got artificial acid sweat test. That's like if it were to sweat on your arm. Paint adhesion test, surface abrasion test, water resistance test, on and on. This puppy is a hardened workhorse of a smartwatch. Now, getting into the specs, and we'll go on with the review. It's a sports adult smartwatch. These are the metrics measured. Some highlights: AMOLED screen, always on display. 466 by 466, 1.43-inch, beautiful high-resolution display. Detachable bands, uses Kospet Fit. Steel, did I mention that? GPS, of course. 6 GPS systems. It's the MIL-STD certifications. Networks, using, of course, Bluetooth for your Bluetooth calling and such. You have also these different functions. We will go over all of these. 5.3 Bluetooth compatibility. No Wi-Fi, of course, in it, but definitely you can do a lot with the Bluetooth. It's got a waterproof, nice and loud speaker. We'll show you that as well. Android 5.1, iOS 11 support complete, and so forth. All of these things are supported. Okay, in the box, we dive a little deeper. We've got a package of all kinds of goodies here. We've got the actual manual in here. We've got a glass screen protector. Not that you need Gorilla Glass, guys. This would be like putting a screen protector on your house windows, you know. Why? I don't know, but some people like to have a screen protector. So you got that, and you got all of the things you need to wipe it and make sure you can get it in here without any dust on it. That's in here. You've got the guide stickers for doing this. So it's complete with all of that. And, of course, your basic 2-pin connector charging wire magnetically couples to the back like that, and is not quite strong enough to hold the watch. It's a relatively heavy watch, but it does charge it and it won't fall off. Last thing, the manual itself, Kospet. Let's open it up, walk you through it. You've got the watch gestures and how those things work. The select button and all of the features that you can do with it. These are the physical buttons. The back button now, you can do all these different things. And of course, you can program that button, as you'll see in the review. You've got an up button that'll take you up and a down button that'll take you down, which is very similar to swiping up and swiping down. There's no rotating knob on this one. It's all buttons. You can change the white watch faces, do sports recognition in here. Here's another look at technical specifications for it, some important notes, and we've still got more. All right, we've got the QR code that you could scan. You're using Kospet Fit, and you can pair using that app, and there's a QR code in the watch itself as well. I think this is page 1 about the watch, some details on it. The app QR code, again, some app recognition, sign-in information, Bluetooth calling setup, over-the-air updates, and the watch you want. Okay, yeah, where are the bands? What happened to the bands? I think they're in this accessory box here. Got to see these guys. There they are. Nice TPU style, removable. Easier to see them on. Let's put it together. Now, this is one attractive watch. Really nice. Look at the orange highlight around the bezel. The solid stainless steel everywhere. You've got a select button, a back button, it says, a up and a down button on this one, and we press the select button and hold it. Now it takes a little bit of while to fire up initially, but give it a moment. When it does, you get the Kospet logo pops up on the screen, a vibration, and it pops into your current watch face that you've set up. It'll pair to your phone if you've got that all set up, and it's ready to go. It says tank down here, and it's got the symbol up here. Now, swiping down, we get into all of our overall controls, and we got a couple of pages of those. So we run through them. Bluetooth calling, connect to your phone. This is your overall brightness level, super bright. I'm running it like at about a level 2. Otherwise, the colors will wash out. See that? Yeah, that's kind of a close match. It's a little light blue. That's more accurate looking at the watch and looking at the camera. Here you get into a thing where you see your battery level, but you have a power saving mode. Now usually I just skip through this, but I want to show you this one. When you tap it, it disconnects you from Bluetooth. It puts everything asleep in the background. Step count's working, your heart rate, all that's still working. But it does show you your power level, the time, date, and your step count. Now, when it goes off, the screen is black. You can't wake it up any other way besides touching the button. Really, really good. Overall power management, press and hold. Takes about 5 seconds, complete the circle, and you're back on again. So at any time you want to, you can go into a nice deep power savings mode. Flashlight on this one, nice and bright and full brightness. And you can toggle it on and off if you want to. And then settings, we'll come back to that. This is for your always on screen. You can allow the always-on mode to follow the current watch face. We'll show you that on this one. Or you can set custom ones. Now, these custom ones you can see in the face gallery. And this is what they look like. A little bit of color, black and white, pointer type, plain digital type, another pointer type, another digital type, and another digital type. You can pick any of those, and oftentimes the custom one will include one of those as well. So let's leave it on this one for now, but I'm going to say follow current, and you'll see yet a different one. You can set it for all day, 24-hour always on mode when the screen goes off, or you can do a schedule, and if it's outside of the schedule, of course, the screen will be black, right? So we've got that set. This is a vibration mode. This is a do not disturb. This one, you hear the sound coming out of the speaker here? It's a low vibration sound along with a vibration of the watch to shake water out of your 5 ATM waterproof smartwatch. It's really, really well-built smartwatch. Then you've got a plus sign where you can take some of these away and you could add some of these and you could change the order, whatever you'd like. Now, we don't have any more pages, so you have to take one of these off if you want to add one of these on, but you can. That's easy to do. So that's everything here from pulling down. When you swipe up, you get into all kinds of cards that are going to tell you basically everything you need to know about where you're at. Here's your overall step count information, calories burned, distance traveled, music players right there, your current heart rate, blood oxygen, blood pressure situation, even your stress level and emotional state are listed. There's weather in your area with a basic current conditions, alarm clock, last night's sleep time, any workout records you've got, women's health is in here if you've got that set up. There's your barometric pressure and altitude, an overall stopwatch, which runs in the background, by the way. We can keep it running there, countdown timers, and you can edit and change all of these things as well. So very, very robust handling of cards on this one. So pretty much you can get to everything by going up or down, right? If you go off to the right, notifications sent from your phone will be shown. And if you go off to the left, you're getting into your overall app drawer. Now let's come back up here before we start all of that and go into the settings. The text is in kind of little rotating chain here. It says change your watch face, which you can do from pressing and holding, of course, from the main screen. Select your overall language, the always-on display information, and basic display stuff. Let's cover those. Watch faces, you saw this one. That's a stock face. Here's another really nice one, analog in nature and digital. Another one. This is a custom one. You can get in and change the picture, do all kinds of things. When they have a little gear at the bottom, this is customizable for the stock face. That's a new addition. So we can come in here and we could change out what we want the circles to do, as far as I understand. There we go. Double tap it. Right now, that's on steps. But if instead I wanted it to be on altitude, I could do that, and now it'll change to the overall altitude on that particular watch face. So fully customizable to what you'd like to use your watch for. Another analog digital one with changeable characteristics. Another one here. And now we're back to the one we were looking at. So let's come back for fun to this one right here. Notice the full screen nature of it, the high resolution, all the detail in it. Really great watch face. We got to that from the settings, change to watch face. You can select any of these different languages. You follow the app, it'll pick it up from your app, or you can jump in and change it directly here if you want to switch to a different language other than what you're paired to your phone, or if you're using the watch without pairing it to your phone, this is how you can take control of your overall language situation. We also have the always-on display. We already looked at that when we tapped on the icon up above in our control panel. You've got display and brightness now. We saw the overall brightness. Here's your display duration. This is where you can change how long the screen will be on before it either turns off or goes into always-on mode, as low as 5 seconds and as high as 60 seconds. We're running it around 15 seconds or so for the app. You got the raise your wrist to see the time. You got the tap to wake. You tap the screen, it'll wake it. You can turn either of those on or off. And this is fun. You can switch watch faces each time the watch wakes up if you want to, including custom ones that you download from the store that you can put in here. So that's always on. Display and brightness. Then you get into your sound and vibration, media, audio, Turn that on if you're going to want to stream music from your phone to the watch. And of course, you have silent mode control there, volume, vibration, strong or weak or off, your overall themes for how we're looking at things in a list, but you also have a circular turbulence and a honeycomb display. All these other ones too, halo, whirling, and waterfall are in this one. Then you can set a password if you want to for the watch, change your time and date. In here, you can sync it with the app, or you can take control, do 12 or 24-hour time, which I like to do 12 with the AM and PM, and set your date and time directly if you want to. Again, you're not strapped to being paired to the phone if you want to update these things manually. Do not disturb, you can turn it on and off again. Here's a thing called sport recognition, right? When you have that on, it will automatically notice if you're doing a particular sport. If you acknowledge it, it'll pick up and start tracking that for you. The bottom key settings now, that's this key here. Come in here, you can make this one, when you press it, be any of these. It's typically workout when you get it. But look at this, you can have any of these apps be the app that comes up when you press the button. I've set it for compass for mine because I just love to check that out. And it's also what we're going to be used for that new feature called route back, right? It's related to the compass. Okay, the cover lock on and off, your basic QR code, which is really bright, for scanning to download the Kospet Fit app and then use it to pair to that app. Super simple to pair when you use the QR code. Your overall system menu for restart, power off, and reset the watch completely. And then about this one, it's called the Tank T3 ULTRA 2. And that's everything in the overall settings, which we got to from here. We've covered all of that. So now we're ready to look at buttonology. You have the button down. You have the button up. Right? So we could go without touching the screen using the buttons. You have the select button, which gets to our apps or back. You can double tap it, and it just toggles. You can long press and hold, and it'll give you the menu to turn it off, restart it, or activate your SOS if you have that programmed for it. And the bottom button, press it, and it's into the compass. So I'm going to calibrate it for you here. Every time you use it, pretty much, if you haven't used it for a while, you got to do this little figure 8 twirling thing to get it to calibrate. And when it does, ta-da, now you've got a nice compass. Now I'm sitting basically in the north, and it can be affected by my smart rings. Where did they all go? Well, there's one of them. What's on this arm? Whoa. A new smart ring you guys haven't seen before. Check that one out. Review coming up. All the others have kind of been retired for a while, but this one, yeah, this one can have an effect on the compass. Not really. Well, yeah, there it goes. Yeah. It's got a magnetic coupler inside that you use to charge it. And so any of these rings that have that, you got to be a little careful if you're using the compass by getting too close to it with the hand that might have that on there. So coming back to the watch face, when we tap the upper right button, now we get into the entire app list. The calls, this is where you have your contacts, call logs, keypad, your overall SOS. If you set this up now from the app on your phone, that contact will be in here for doing the SOS. You can place your calls directly from keypad and so forth. And of course, all that's integrated with Bluetooth with your phone. Daily activities, that's your overall step count information now. It shows you the basic stuff. And if you say show more, now you get a lot of details. There's the last 7 days, calories, steps, distance traveled by hour. All that's in here as well. Your overall workouts now. These are the ones that you can schedule and start. Like I said, most of the time this button is set for these. And if you don't use this very often, you can switch that button. You have GPS with this one, so when you do things like outdoor cycling, running, and walking, those functions will invoke the GPS and give you a track on your overall workout. Workout records then show up here. And as an example, here's an outdoor walk. It shows you jumping through total time, distance, calories, number of steps. I tried to do 1,000 steps and I got really close. Steps per minute and so forth. Your average pace, your heart rate zones, and this was just a gentle walk, so it's kind of in warm-up. And then your overall route here. Now, when you're active, you have the route back capability. After it's completed, you tap this and nothing happens. But I'll show you a demo of route back in a little while. This is just your overall workout for cycling now. Same kind of thing. Here's an hour representative cycling. You have your climbing, your average speed, highest altitude, lots of different things. Again, your heart rate. Yeah, I wasn't cycling. I was riding in a car. But here's the route. Yep. Now, you don't get the full-on GPS map type, but you do get a representative line. And this is used in the route back. So if you start while you've finished your activity, but before you stop recording it, you can turn around and walk back in route back, and it'll follow that and tell you if you're deviating from your route or not. There was the always on screen associated with this particular dial. So, and that was a custom one that's related to this one. And if I turn it off, well, we have to cover it to turn it off, right? Activate it back up again. You see the hands basically match. So we were in workouts and workout recordings. Here's your heart rate. The current rate, your resting heart rate is displayed in here as well. You've got last night's sleep information and the overall stages. What else have we got? You can have bedtime settings, wake-up time settings, and overall sleep settings are in here. You can add a schedule to it. Sleep reminders, sleep mode. Very elaborate handling of sleep. Blood pressure, there's the continuous 24-hour chart of your measured blood pressure from the diodes in the back. And then you've got blood oxygen, which, when it activates, start measurement, will use the red diodes, which give you a higher accuracy. Of course, if you're not touching it somehow, it's going to let you know. And then here's the from 97 to 99, 97, 98, 99, there's the 24-hour readings of blood oxygen in here as well. Settings, automatic blood oxygen measurement. You can change the interval if you want to. You can have an alarm if you have low blood oxygen. These things are settable now directly on the watch. You got your stress level in here, showing you minimum and maximum, normal, and the overall chart too. And your emotion, whether you're calm or agitated or just normal, it'll show right here as well. Then, tap to measure this. Well, let's see. Let's hold the button on the back with my finger and do it again. It's going to take 60 seconds to measure, so I'll be back right now. It's completed, and you get a complete overall quick measurement of heart rate, blood oxygen, stress, and that's all. And you can measure it again. But a really accurate 1 minute, accurate in terms of as accurate as the watch is. Always check if the accuracy matches your calibrated equipment. Anyway, you get those three functions measured right there. Then you got the onboard music player, and this is a good time to test what the speaker sounds like by playing some music. Here we go. Got music playing, streaming from the phone to the watch. Nice. You can mute it simply by covering the speaker if you want to. It's right here on the left-hand side. Good quality, good tone. Yeah, music on the watch. After the music players, your basic voice assistant. You can tap the button and invoke Siri or Google, ask questions, hear the answers back. Weather in your area, showing up at the top. There's your temperature, UV index, air quality. Wow, forecast information is in here. Yeah, lots of stuff, lots of detail. all the way through to the following week, including conditions expected. The compass we've already played with. Barometric pressure and altitude are shown in here. And you can do a calibration before you start your workout, wherever you're going to be, if you want to track all of that. You got basic breathing exercises. You can change the duration and the pace. Hit start, gives you a countdown. I always do this so I can let you know if it vibrates or not. It's saying inhale, and it did. It vibrated, and now it's exhaling. And it vibrated again. Very low, brrr, just a little thump thing. But that means you could close your eyes and monitor your breath rate by feel as opposed to watching it, or you can look at it and see it from there. Notifications sent from your phone. The stopwatch we mentioned does run in the background, and you can take lap times with it as well. It makes a little analog pointer type of stopwatch on the outside too, like the old-fashioned ones. You can set alarms and timers in here. You have a basic calculator that does decent and is fairly readable. Nice white on black, so should be good contrast outdoors. Remote shutter for taking pictures using your phone. We saw the flashlight. You can find your phone if you wake it up that way. Women's health. This will show actually where you are in your cycle, ladies, if you've set all your parameters up in the app. And yeah, you can kind of guide where you want to go from there. And then overall settings. This is where we already looked at everything related to the settings in the watch. So let me show you that route back feature. And to do that, we need to actually get into a workout. So I'm going to begin an outdoor walk on here. And I need to actually get out and walk in order to get this thing started so you can see how the route back works. I'll be right back. Here's the smartwatch at the beginning of a hike, and we're going to be hiking all along this trail, and then we'll do the route back to come back this same route in just a minute. Now, haven't walked very far, but just wanted to show you how this works. Hopefully you can see the dial. It just went out on me. There it is again. Now, if I swipe over to the side, I get the actual route that we've been walking on. Now, if I touch this button, you see it says route back, and down at the bottom it's giving the spacing of the path in 50 meters. That shows you the length. And if you look very carefully at the bottom, it says straight line before it disappears, straight line route back. So if I turned around and walked this way, I'd walk straight back to where I came from. Let's go a little bit further forward though. All right, here we are at the end of the path, and here is the track as it's shown up on the watch. I touch it again, it says route back, and it's saying straight line at the bottom. But we're going to actually finish this route. Watch this, watch this. There we go, route back, and it says 132 meters remaining. Are you seeing that? So I'm going to whip around. You see it all shifting here. I'm lining the arrow up on where I came from. Oh my gosh, I have two paths. Which one do I take? I don't know. Let's try this one. I'm lost. I don't know where I came from. Oh, is this going to be a dead end? Is it going to tell me where I am? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. It's supposed to tell me that I am off the trail. I actually took the other route, so let's go back and come up that route and see what we get. Again, it's showing me a scale of 50 meters. Good morning. And now we're going down this trail. There's the bluff I was on before. And I'm basically retracing the route. However, I wasn't on this path. I was on a path up there. So it's not correctly showing me that I am off the route back path. And this one, well, as you can see, it's going to lead me where I don't want to go. But that's how route back is supposed to work. I'm gonna get myself back where I belong on the path up there. All right, this is the path I actually worked on, but I had cut up here from a path right back there. So I'm really off the path. Now I'm gonna try to get shade, and it says I have 130 meters remaining. You see I'm partway down the original path, but I'm quite a bit off. Look at that, it's making a whole new path in the wrong direction, but it's not telling me down below. It just says straight line path. The way I would expect it to work is it would show that I am way deviated off of my original path. And I am. I was walking by the ocean. Now I'm even going further inland. Look at this. Nothing looks familiar. There's no ocean that I'm following. And I'm blazing, if I get in the shade, what looks like a whole new path. And it's showing me, what, 35 meters remaining? But I'm not on my original path. I'm almost back to my starting point, but from a completely different perspective. Now I'm really lost. I'm going in circles. I'm coming back a completely different direction. Look at this. If I didn't have the sound of the ocean on the right-hand side, I really wouldn't know where I am. But route back is supposed to show you, there, you see that straight line? Route deviation, there we go, finally. I'm 44 meters, route deviation. I'm over here and the original route is there. So to get back to that route, well, your guess is as good as mine. I would have to find a path somehow toward there. All right, this is the path I actually worked on, but I had cut up here from a path right back there. So I'm really off the path. Now I'm gonna try to get shade, and it says I have 130 meters remaining. You see I'm partway down the original path, but I'm quite a bit off. Look at that, it's making a whole new path in the wrong direction, but it's not telling me down below. It just says straight line path. The way I would expect it to work is it would show that I am way deviated off of my original path. And I am. I was walking by the ocean. Now I'm even going further inland. Look at this. Nothing looks familiar. There's no ocean that I'm following. And I'm blazing, if I get in the shade, what looks like a whole new path. And it's showing me, what, 35 meters remaining? But I'm not on my original path. I'm almost back to my starting point, but from a completely different perspective. Now I'm really lost. I'm going in circles. I'm coming back a completely different direction. Look at this. If I didn't have the sound of the ocean on the right-hand side, I really wouldn't know where I am. But route back is supposed to show you, there, you see that straight line? Route deviation, there we go, finally. I'm 44 meters, route deviation. I'm over here and the original route is there. So to get back to that route, well, your guess is as good as mine. I would have to find a path somehow. The green dot you're seeing is where I ended, and then I deviated from that path to where I am. The red is the path I first came out on, and the blue, if I twirl it around to get the arrow pointed toward the blue, there we go. That is the direction I need to head in to get back. It's 661 meters, 16.1. Anyway, it's ahead that direction, and down below it shows you how much deviation I am off from home. Not from the path. The shortest distance to the path might be like this if I didn't have foliage in the way. But if I'm truly lost and I need to make my own path back, at least it's going to point me to where home is, where I started this using the compass inside and the GPS to hone in on the proper direction. Back button to get back to our apps, back to get to our watch faces. Now let's take a look at the app. All Kospet watches these days use the Kospet Fit app. This is what the logo looks like and the thumbnail. When you've installed the app in your phone and you've opened it and paired it to your watch, you'll land in on the home page each time you open it, where it synchronizes the data that you've collected for the day. Here we go. I've got weather conditions and temperature in my area. This is all changeable to centigrade, Celsius. You got your step count information for the day, numbers of steps per hour, breakdown of the information. You got your outdoor walks that have been tracked on this automatically. All of that's here. And you've got the heart rate area. This is your continuous 24-hour heart rate from 0 to where it is right now. So it's not like a big long scale that you're just seeing part of. It'll compress as the day gets longer and start over the next day. You got your range, your average, your zones that you're in, and a little discussion about heart rate at the bottom. Beyond that, you've got last night's sleep time. Now, you can tap on any of these and it'll give you a little color block to tell you how many minutes and what time you were in each of these zones, from deep to light to REM, that's your dream state, to awake. And there they are, broken down by actual hours, and some guidance on things that are normal and things that you may need to look into to improve your overall sleep, with the sleep quality analysis in here as well. Blood oxygen runs generally 95 to 100. There's the hourly results, the range, and a little description about oxygen saturation. Stress now, again, hourly, moderate, normal, relaxed is blue, and high is red. And it shows you each hour where you are and the percentage of time you've been in each of the zones too. Very common theme you're seeing on this. And then blood pressure. Now, blood pressure tends to be the least accurate on these smart devices. It's just difficult to convert pressure into light waves that are measuring blood flow through your body. So double check the numbers with calibrated instruments that you may have at home if you need to monitor your blood pressure. You can tap on any of these, see the numbers and the time that it happened. You've got systolic and diastolic. You've got, this is kind of new. This is an overall range of low to severe overall blood pressure. And mine is coming in 100% slightly high, they say. So monitor that, take it with a grain of salt until you can verify it for yourself. Then your overall mood, positive, peaceful, negative. Interesting, the names that they've changed for the, or it's chosen for these, but there they are. I guess this relates somewhat to your stress. Not sure how they're actually calculating mood, but a little bit of information on it. And that's it. You can edit the cards, change the order, go into your sporting area. These are the different things you can evoke directly from your phone if you want to. These are the sports records. We looked at some of these. Here's a outdoor walk. I think that's the one we looked at. And if it has it, it would drill it down to the map and show you where you are with GPS signal and everything. And you could begin doing a walk if you want to directly from the phone tied to your watch. And beyond this section now, we have device. This tells you what watch we're looking at. The watch face gallery now, in addition to the stock watch faces that you have all these selections of always on displays. You saw some of them that were installed. Some of them were colorful pointers, right? Here's some all black and white style, and some other digital ones as well that you could put in. And choose these over the others if you'd like to for your always on display. Then you have regular watch faces. All of these multifunctional dials are in here. Simple and modern, retro pointers, mechanical, business, fashion, art. Lots of different ones. Cartoons. Here's some theme ones that you can get into. And your customized faces here, you can bring in your pictures, change the background, change the layout of a watch face if you want. Here's your overall display brightness, timeout control. You've got the raise your weight, wrist to wake, find your watch. All these things are here. In weather settings, you can change your temperature units that you want. And overall, more settings are shown as well. Language can be changed directly from the phone. You've got all these other things. Your health monitoring now, turn all of these on or off to monitor each of these things individually. Your emergency SOS contact would go in here. You can check for system update, clear your data, unpair. Profile talks about you, your basic information, your profile, goals. Ladies, your cycle information would go in there. Third-party services, you can pair this thing with Strava, transfer your data over there if you want to, and basic feedback and FAQs. And that is the Kospet Fit app. So there you have it, Kospet's solid stainless steel unibody design smartwatch for 2025. Turning out to be quite a beauty with all kinds of new features in it. Really, really great. GPS, backtracking, all kinds of stuff. Nice. I recommend it if you want a Kospet watch. This definitely is just the right size, and everything's good about it. Again, you can pick it up directly from the Kospet website. It's the Tank T3 Ultra 2 now, smartwatch, around $160, less with some coupon discounts. So check the show notes, and we'll see you over there. Alrighty, thanks for watching, you guys. We'll see you again soon. And this interesting smart rings review is coming up very soon. Subscribe? I hope so. See you.